Hey Dudes and Dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, bringing you another Star Wars video. Not a theory, but instead a top 6 reasons why Phantom Menace is so much more of a better movie than Empire is. Now I know some of you are not going to be happy, but I have notes, and I'm about to point out exactly why. What's something stuck in my throat today? This is horrible. Right, so basically I've took top 6 things that people sort of complain about Phantom Menace. I'm going to point out why they're not really problems, but in fact are better than things that happen in Empire. So look at the first. CGI. People have a massive problem with the CGI in the prequel films, but definitely because Phantom Menace is the first, that's the one they've really got to have a problem with. Okay, so first of all, CGI looks a lot less dated than models do, and Empire has a lot of models, like a lot of models, and just badly made backgrounds, and looks just fake, really fake. But CGI means you can work it and tweak it, and it looks mwah, beautiful. That's not one of the worst things they complain about, though. One of the big things they do complain about, though, is point 2, which is Jar Jar Binks. People don't like Jar Jar Binks. Why? Because, let's be completely honest, Jar Jar Binks is needed in Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is quite a dark story here. We have this story where there is this evil organisation that basically go, we want to trade, and the planet goes, no, we're not going to trade. So they go, fine, we're going to blockade you and stop anything coming to your planet. That's basically starving the planet out. That's going to kill a lot of people. And then when that doesn't work, they decide to invade, which is going to kill even more people. And then the Jedi have to then take the Queen away. They then find that the only way they can get the parts they need to get back home is to bring a kid into this. This poor kid's going to be scarred because he's being drawn into a war he doesn't need to be a part of. It's a pretty dark storyline. So we need a character like Jar Jar Binks, who was beautifully done, I must add. Because whenever he does a comedy line, it's to kind of break the tension of the scene. Because if it's too tense or too long, you're just going to walk away from the movie feeling depressed and unhappy and not wanting to see the rest. And that's not to add the fact that Jar Jar Binks as a character is essential, because it goes to show you that the Force doesn't have to be used by someone, that the Force uses you. And by using you, the Force can end up switching the balance of a battle. Which is what Jar Jar does. You rewatch that film with the mindset that Jar Jar Binks is a tool for the Force, you will see that everything he does helps and isn't just some accidental thing he does. Now, who can we compare Jar Jar Binks to that's something that everyone loves and thinks is amazing about Empire Strikes Back? Boba Fett. Now you want to talk about pointless characters. Boba Fett, alright? Character that does barely anything in Empire Strikes Back. Turns up, tracks down our main characters, helps Vader put Han Solo in carbonite, then takes him away. That's all he does. And then in Return of the Jedi, he's just there, and his jetpack gets smacked by a blind guy. Gets knocked into the Sarlacc pit and gets eaten. You want to talk about pointless characters, that's one right there for you. Okay? Lame. Right. Point 3. 1 minute. The politics of Phantom Menace and the prequels. Everyone seems to have this major problem with the talking and politics of the prequel universe. I'm sorry, but it's awesome. That's a great storyline to have. To have where, instead of it being, we're big epic evil that's cliche as anything, and the good guys, we have to defeat them. It's no, like, people aren't using violence truly to take people out and control them. They're using politics. And the rest of the prequels, it goes to show that evil can rise to power, not through brute force, but literally through the politics. Like, that is an awesome element. Probably one of the best elements of Phantom and the prequel universe. And as I was pointing out, in Empire and the originals, it's all just about cliche evil bad guys controlling everything, and the good guys who aren't as strong or as powerful have to take back things and beat back the enemy. Yay, go to the side of good. It's boring. Don't get me wrong, I kind of like the original movies, but prequels so much better. So much better. Alright. Point 4. Now, this is one that I don't hear people talk about too much, but when I do, I ask people like, okay, who's your favourite Siths? And usually they go like Count Dooku, Maul, Sidious, Vader. Really? Like, okay, Count Dooku, yeah, he's the worst. Then I would probably go Vader would go next. Then Maul, then Sidious, because Sidious is quite epic. Why would Vader go literally just before Count Dooku? Because Vader, like the rest of the villains in the original movies, he's just a bad guy. A bad guy. That, yes, has kind of some character development later on, but he's just a bad guy. And look at him purely from a trained Sith point of view. He almost gets beaten by Luke. Unfortunately, Luke, yeah, isn't well trained. But if Luke was a little bit more trained, Vader would have died in Empire. But you look at Maul, okay? Maul kills Qui-Gon Jinn. Obi-Wan is only able to defeat him because Maul kind of loses concentration and gets a bit giddy over killing Qui-Gon Jinn. And also, he has awesome fighting skills. He has a two-handed lightsaber. It's freaking awesome. And does he ever use the Force in his fight? No. Vader, though, constantly, because he can't fight with lightsaber properly, he's like, I'll throw this at you, I'll throw that at you, I'll throw this at you. Boring. Show me awesome lightsaber fighting any day. Right. Point 5. Oh, yeah. The thing that really grates me about Empire is it's a movie that's obviously setting up another movie all the way through. So we've got Boba Fett, who talks about, oh, he needs to take Han to the Hutt. Okay, that's obviously setting things up. Luke's training that never finishes. That's obviously setting something up. Yeah. Oh, and the sneaky thing right at the end where they're like, oh, yeah, look, Vader's Luke's father. That was a cool little twist. That made me kind of want to go back to watch the last film. The rest of the movie didn't. Because I feel that's the only reason George Lucas made the twist of Vader is Luke's father. And he did not set it up from the very beginning. If so, that's creepy. Because that means he probably set up Leia and Luke being twins. And they make out twice before the reveal. And yeah, that would be creepy. Okay? He did not have it all set up. He literally made Empire Strikes Back, probably watched the movie through and then went, we need to change the ending a bit because this movie's boring. Okay? Compare it to the whole film of Phantom Menace, where it's politics, which is always compelling. It has so much going for it, and there's a potential Darth Vader character. We get a slow progression, and we see none of his dark side in Phantom Menace. Yet we see from two different characters that the Force probably is a living essence that controls your actions and helps you win without you realising it's driving you. And then the ending, where our heroic character Obi-Wan Kenobi beats the Sith. He thinks he's won. And then his master only to turn around to him and go, yeah, when there's one Sith, there's usually another. we're in trouble if this was only the Padawan. And that's an ending that makes me go, oh, who the heck's going to be in the next film that's going to top that? Because Duel of Fates, guys, Duel of Fates, best scene in all the Star Wars. I think Force Awakens is an epic movie, but it hasn't got a scene that beats Duel of Fates yet. You cannot argue with me that anything that happens in the original movies beats Duel of Fates fight. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Alright? And our last point. Probably my third least favourite part about Empire Strikes Back. And that is the hokey, cheesy scenes with Han and Leia. Okay? Oh my god, this scene is... It's one-liners and, hey baby, I'm such a macho man, and Leia just like, I don't want any of this. You really shouldn't have, Leia. You should have just continued saying no to Han, because that storyline is lame. You have a sci-fi movie that is awesome and epic and sets up so many cool things, and then you have to keep breaking it with Han trying to chat up Leia. It's boring. Now, people's problem they have with Phantom Menace is Anakin's romantic entanglement with Padme. I'm sorry, but that was beautiful. Let's think about this really. Oh, some real coughs today. Anakin is such an awesome character, and his romantic feelings towards Padme are beautiful and they're innocent, because there's no hormones related, there's no complicated, I've got to overthink what I'm going to say to this girl type of thing. It's just, no, I think you're beautiful. I would like to be with you. It's a little kid who has clearly shown that he likes this girl and he's going to be with her. Like, that's beautiful. And then the rest of the prequels really build up their relationship, which has an amazing, beautiful, breaking scene where he believes that Padme has betrayed him and he goes to kill her, and it's, real feels. Genuine real feels. And that is why, for the top 6 reasons why Phantom Menace is so much better than Empire Strikes Back. Hey guys! I love doing that video, but I've got to tell you, because some of you are going to hate me for this. April Fools, okay? Seriously. Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, Return of the Jedi are fantastic Star Wars movies, okay? I was brought up on them. I also got brought up on the prequels, but my earliest memories from my my uncles is Doctor Who, original Star Wars, and Transformers. I made this video because, well, tomorrow for me, when this gets uploaded, it will be April Fools, and also because why not? Anyway guys, I hope you, on some strange level, enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button. Please comment, tell me how much I really frustrated you. Or maybe some of you out there actually agree that you prefer the prequels to the original films. I have to admit, honestly, that I have more of a love for the prequels, but that's because they were brought up on my childhood rather than my childhood seeing them. But I have no problem with the original films. They are fantastic, okay? If you would, guys, please do subscribe,